Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on YourLiveEvent.com.
All right, welcome everybody to the 2025 Lisbon High School Broncos football season. We're here from Broncos Stadium live for today's Division A contest between Region 3 Bottineau and the Region 1 Lisbon Broncos. Both teams opening up their seasons today. Bottineau traveling down here for this home opener for the Lisbon Broncos. That's here just ahead on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll step away for some ads and then come back for our pregame show. You're watching Your Live Event.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per row per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
All right, welcome back to Broncos Stadium here for Division A North Dakota High School football opening game for the Lisbon Broncos and the Bottineau Braves. Lisbon Broncos coached by Mark Moss. Broncos coming off a season last year where they finished 5-4 overall and 3-4 in Region 1. Then Bottineau, they were in Region 2. They're in Region 3 this year. They're coached by Zach Keller. Last year in Region 2, they finished in third, making the playoffs. They were 5-2 in the region and 6-4 overall, and they dropped their first round playoff game against Central Cass by a score of 20-48. So that's our lineup here for today's contest between the Bottineau Braves and the Lisbon Broncos. The Broncos open up their season here with Bottineau. Then they play Park River next week at home. So Broncos open up with 2 home games. Then they travel to Northern Cass on the 5th of September. Play Valley City on the 12th of September. They're at Oaks on the 19th of September. They play EEK, eligibility call them in this preseason poll, in this first Division A poll. They play them on the 26th. And then they travel to Mayport CG, who's back in Region 1 football in Division A side on the 3rd of October. And then on the 10th of October, they play Hillsborough Central Valley. That'll be the second year in a row. Lisbon plays Hillsborough Central Valley at home. That's on the 10th of October. And they finish out the season with that big rivalry, Sargent County back in Division A 11-man football. They play Sargent County on the 16th of October. That's a Thursday game, so just keep that in mind. And the Class 11B or Class 11A playoffs start on the 25th of October. And then for Bottineau opening up today here with Lisbon on the 29th. They play Central Cass at home. Then they play Bishop Ryan at home on the 5th of September. On the 12th of September, they travel to Velva. On the 19th of September, they're at home versus South Prairie Max. Then they travel to Tioga on the 26th of September. On the 3rd of October, they play Deslax Burlington at home. On the 10th of October, they travel to Stanley. And then they close out their season, Bottineau does, on the 17th of October versus Ray Powers Lake. So that is the season for both teams here coming up for the 2025 Division 11A football. The Broncos out of Region 1. Bottineau moved this year to Region 3. Last year in Region 2, finishing third in that region, 5-2 in the region, 6-4 overall. The Broncos last year in Region 1 finished 3-4 in the region and 5-4 overall, not making the playoffs. This will be the first time since 1970, or at least since 1975, or going back to 1975, that these two teams have met up. So first meeting for both teams going back to 1975. Couldn't tell you what happened before that. But this will be a first meeting for both teams here, head-to-head matchup between the Broncos and the Braves. Looking at your Division 11A football poll, So the first one coming out this week, we have Velva, number 1 team in Division A, 11A, followed by Langdon Area Munich, Dickinson Trinity, Ellendale Ellerslie Combe, and Bishop Ryan our Redeemers. And you'll see that a couple teams missing there that you'd normally see or you'd think you'd see in one of these first polls is Central Cass and Kindred move up to Double A. Also receiving votes, you have Harvey Wills County, Shiloh Christian, Killdeer, Carrington, Ray Powers Lake, Mayport CG, Central McLean, Thompson, and Oak. So those are other teams receiving votes in the first Division 11A football poll. Looking at Division 9B, your number 1 team is Lemoore Litchfield Marion, coming off a semifinal state tournament berth last year. And then number 2 is New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock, number 3 North Border, number 4 Linton HMB, number 5 Mohall Lansford Sherwood. And then other teams receiving votes in Division 9B have Grant County, Flasher, Hankinson, West Hope, Newburgh, and Glenburn. And just a nerd stat here looking at Division A. Going back to the 2024 season, Velva drank Adamus, their 11th consecutive week in the top 5. And then next up is Minot Bishop Ryan with 2 consecutive weeks in the top 5 going back to 2024. Out of 9-man, Lemoore Litchfield Marion has 10 consecutive weeks dating back to 24 in the top 5 poll. Then you have New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock with 9, Linton HMB with 7, and North Border with 2. So continuing on with our pregame show. Area games this evening, we have Thompson at Mayport CG in the Division 11A, Sargent County at Park River, Harvey Wells County is at EEK, Oaks at Langdon, Valley City at Velva Drake Animus, Grafton at Hillsborough Central Valley. And then on the 23rd, Region 1 game here, Northern Cass is at Ray Powers Lake on the 23rd of August. 9-man area games, we have South Border at Richland, Lemoore Litchfield Marions at Hatton Northwood, Hankinson at Maple River, and Linemer Widgerwood at Enderlin. All those teams opening up their season here on the 22nd of August. So we'll go ahead and step away. We'll come back for our starting lineups just after a word from our sponsors here on YourLiveEvent.com. Hey, welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. Looks like that commercial wasn't able to key up. But we're back here for tonight's contest, Division A contest. Region 3, Bottineau Braves traveling to Lisbon out of Region 1, Division 11A football. Looking at your starting lineups here for the Bottineau Braves. We'll look at their defense starting out. Defensive end seniors, number 51, Carson Coleman. Defensive end junior, number 53, Logan Bieberdorf. Defensive tackle senior number 55, Cooper Beckman. Defensive tackle senior number 54, Brecken Bowl. Linebacker junior number 22, Wyatt Campbell. Linebacker senior number 59, Owen Wilmot. Linebacker junior number 41, Danny Morin. Cornerback senior number 7, Connor Gus. Cornerback junior number 4, Emerson Merrim. Safety senior number 10, Landon Solberg, and safety senior number 5, Toby George. And the Braves are coached by Zach Keller, assisted by Harry Johnson, Travis Hennings, Chris Bedlian, and Mike Hardy. Now turning to the Lisbon Broncos, their offensive starters. Starting at left tackle is number 58, Jesse Jones. Left guard, number 70, Brock Lyons. Center, number 51, Zach Ward. Right guard, number 55, Eli Lyons. Right tackle, number 50, Madden Schwab. Tight end, number 24, Sully Kelson. Wide receiver, number 11, Zane Lyons. Running back, number 7, Evan Toohey. Running back, number 2, Grayson Lyons. Running back, number 23, Cruz Ranke. And quarterback, number 1, Jordan Bittner. So that's the starting defense for the Bottineau Braves. Starting offense for the Lisbon Broncos. We'll make sure we capture that starting defense for Lisbon and the starting offense for Bottineau here in just a few moments once we get play underway. Broncos coming off that 5-4 season last year. Bottineau coming off a 6-4 and a playoff appearance. Lost to Central Cass in the first round. Their overall record last year, 6-4 and 5-2. Moved down to region, or moved over to the Region 3 this year. First meeting between the two teams going back at least to 1975. So we will go and step away. We're going to have our national anthem and then our first quarter action just ahead here on YourLiveEvent.com. Our national anthem.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per row per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you are ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Hey, welcome back to your liveevent.com. Here for Division 11A football. Region 1 Lisbon Broncos taking on the Region 3 Bottineau Braves. Just like to thank our feature sponsors this evening. We have Bank North sponsoring the scoreboard, Olson Accounting halftime show, the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth, our precision play of the game by Agassiz Precision Ag, and our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Those are all of our feature sponsors. Also like to thank our ad sponsors for bringing you Division 11A high school football. Without our sponsorships, none of these broadcasts would be possible on your live event, free of charge. As long as you have an internet connection and then can find YouTube, you'll be able to tune in to Lisbon High School Broncos football Division 11A all season long, as well as volleyball during the 2025 fall season. The Broncos set to kick off, and that's Sully Kelson kicking off for Lisbon. So Kelson kicking off, Broncos on defense first. Bottineau looking to receive. And that's fielded right around the 30-yard line. So it looks like Bottineau will take over at the 30.
The Braves take over on the 31-yard line.
So Braves taking over at the 30-yard line, or 31 is where they spot it. Quarterback Emerson Merrim here will lead the offense, a junior wearing the number 4 jersey. Left tackle junior, number 53, Logan Bieberdorf. 54, Brecken Bowl. Center, Owen Wilmot. Right guard, Cooper Beckman. And right tackle is Carson Coleman. As Merrim in the shotgun. The Broncos showing blitz, and they're going to bring the pressure right away. And the handoff gets maybe 3-4 yards. And that is number 22, Wyatt Campbell. So Campbell with the first yards.
Loss of 1. Second down on 11.
Okay, loss of 1. I guess I spotted that back. I thought he was up to the 35, but he didn't. Loss of 1 yard. So the pressure by the Broncos drops Campbell for -1. So Merrim back in the shotgun. Has a lone setback. And twin receivers over on the far side. That's a handoff, fakes it. Bootleg back around. A lot of running room here for Merrim. He's crossed the 40, 50. Big yards finally brought down by Jordan Bittner. So Jordan Bittner with the touchdown saving tackle in the open field, as big gain for Merrim on the keeper. Kind of option into the bootleg around the far side. Found a big seam down the hash marks. So he's looking at about a 30-yard gain for Merrim. So just some spitball yardage and statistics here. And Broncos bringing pressure once again. Merrim looking to the sideline, and incomplete pass. That pass intended for Toby George. So Toby George, the wide receiver, wearing the number 5 jersey on the far side. Incomplete pass. Bronco defense, starting defensive end, Madden Schwab. Another defensive end, Brock Lyons. Defensive tackle, Zach Ward. Your linebackers, Lucina, Kelson, Lyons, and Ranke and Bittner. And defensive backs are Blake Quall, Grayson Lyons, and Zane Lyons. So that's the defense for the Broncos. Broncos showing blitz again. They bring pressure up the middle, and that's a up-the-gut run right through the defense of the Broncos. Go through the defensive line there as the Broncos brought pressure on the far side. So Bittner with another tackle. Campbell with another big gain. Right around across the 25 to about the 22-yard line. So say a 15-yard gain for Campbell. First rush was -1. Here's Bottineau moving down the field. The Broncos brought the pressure on the wrong side, and Campbell up the gut of the Bronco defense for a big gain. Showing blitz to the outside, and we may have movement. Possible false start. As the Broncos were bringing pressure on both sides, and it looks like offsides on the Bronco defense. So the defense of the Broncos hit with a penalty. It's for defensive offsides, and that's going to move the Braves 5 yards closer. The ball now spotted at the 17-yard line, so 5-yard penalty. Here's Merrim. Shotgun has a lone setback. Looks like Campbell. Just off to the right side. Looking to pass. Has a man wide open. And no signal. He was out. So wide open over on the far side was Connor Gus. Gus went up for it, landed out of bounds. The Broncos will have to lock that down. Gus looks like a tall, strapping young lad out there, senior wide receiver. Don't have the stats on him, but well over 6 foot. So that brings up 2nd down and 5. Ball on the 16-yard line of the Broncos. Here's Merrim under center. Shotgun has Campbell. Just to the right, bobbles a snap, and the Broncos make initial contact about the line of scrimmage. And then Merrim's able to get right around 3 yards as he lunges forward on the 2nd and 3rd effort for Merrim. So it brings up 3rd and 1. So Merrim maybe gets 3 yards. So it brings up 3rd and short. So give him 4 for Merrim. Merrim right now with 34 yards. Campbell with 14 rushing. Doing the damage on their feet. Here's Merrim. He's going to keep it. The Broncos swallow up Merrim just as he's getting ready to hand it off. Looked like maybe he was going to pull that one back. But that's a sack. QB sack for the Broncos. So give the Bronco defense with the pressure. The sack in the first quarter brings up 4th down and a loss. Right around, ball spotted back at about the 17-yard line. They got it 18 on the scoreboard, so 5 yards, 4th and 5. Bottineau's going for it. Back to shotgun formation. They bring pressure and offsides called by the Broncos as they brought the linebacker, and the linebacker goes over. That's Riley Lucina. So just a little inexperience out there by the freshman Riley Lucina on the blitz as he was bringing pressure up the middle. Now brings up 4th and 1, so moves him back downfield. So back to 4th and 1, was 4th and 5, or 4th and 6, I should say. So here's Merrim. Merrim's going to go under center. Looks like he's going to just keep the ball and do the tush push there. He keeps it, finds a little seam on the left side, falls across for the 1st down. So Merrim with the 1st down for Bottineau. Give him a gain of 2 as he had plenty of yardage there. So give him a gain of 2. for Merrim. On the keeper with 36 yards on the ground for Merrim. Bottineau keeps the drive alive. Broncos with a couple penalties here on the defensive side. Both offside penalties for 5 yards. That last one, a big one on this drive so far. They do have a sack recorded by the Bronco defense. That's shotgun formation. Merrim's going to roll out right side, near sideline. Passes that. That's complete and tackled out of bounds, or pushed out of bounds by the Broncos. So that's Toby George with the reception.
Zane Lyons on the stop.
Ball was on the 11, so about a 10-yard reception for George. Give him 10. So ball on the 1-yard line, or about the half-yard line. First completion for Merrim. Right now he's 1 for 3 passing. First completion to George, just short of the goal line. Here's Merrim under center. Has a lone set back in. Looks like we have timeout. Timeout for the Broncos. So Broncos coaching calls the timeout. Here with 7:07 remaining. We're in the first quarter. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullus & Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullus & Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullus & Olson Agency. Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
All right, welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. After this timeout called by the Lisbon Broncos, here by Coach Moss, talking it over with his defense. Second down, 1 yard. Bottineau with the head of steam marching down the field, chewing up some big yards on the ground, and then pass completion on the 1 yard line across the goal line. That's a touchdown for Bottineau.
Touchdown Braves.
So Bottineau scores first on their opening drive.
Wyatt Campbell on the carry.
So Campbell with the touchdown. Give him 1 yard touchdown carry for Campbell. That's at the 7:04 mark. Going for the point after is Bottineau. So Bottineau with the point after. Pressure by the Broncos and good. At least it looks good from here. And that's a point after is good. So the PAT good here for Bottineau as they now lead by a score of 7-0 here in the first quarter as they take the ball downfield, started their drive on their own 30-yard line. Picked up a big run by Merrim and then Campbell, and then connected on a pass down to the 1 yard line by George. Merrim going 1 for 3 in that opening drive. Also with 36 yards on the ground. Campbell with 14 yards and George with 1 yard rushing. So we'll step away on YourLiveEvent.com, come back for the Broncos' opening drive to their 2025 season just ahead.
The school district ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
Hey, welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. Bottineau leads by a score of 7-0, taking the ball downfield on their opening drive, started at their own 30-yard line. Now the Broncos turn on offense. as Bottineau is set to kick off. That first touchdown, 1-yard run by Campbell at the 7:04 mark of the first quarter. That's where we're currently at here for Lisbon. And the kickoff, nice high kick, giving the defense a lot of time to get downfield. That's received by the Broncos at about the 8-yard line, then moving downfield and across the 25, about the 27-yard line, 28-yard line we'll give him. And that looks like that was Cruz Ranke. Ranke wearing the number 23 jersey. Also a running back for the Broncos here on offense is Cruz Ranke. So Jordan Bittner, one of the few returning starters, along with Eli Lyons. You're back with the starting offense. A lot of new faces on the offensive line starting, and then also at the wide receiver positions for Lisbon. They're going to come out in the I formation. So Bittner's under center. Broncos' first play of the season. That's going to be a handoff to Ranke. Ranke keeps those legs driving. Second effort gets him across the 30 to about the 30, I think 32, forward progress to about the 32-yard line. Ranke, just a freshman. Broncos with another freshman on defense there, Riley Lucina. A lot of these young players getting a chance. You look over on the Broncos sidelines, looking a little thin over there for the Broncos. They're going to have to get out and do some recruiting. As they give a gain of 4 to Ranke. Bottineau leads 7-0, scoring that touchdown at the 7:04 mark. Looks like offsides. Hard count by Bittner, and we have an offsides on the defensive line by Bottineau. So Broncos return to the favor to the Bottineau defense. So defensive penalty, 5-yarder.
Second and short for the Broncos.
So now second down and a yard, second short for Lisbon. Here Bittner under center has I formation. Lead back, steps off to the right. Here's Ranke again. Ranke tries to keep those feet turning. Got close to the first down marker, but was pushed back maybe a half a yard short.
No gain.
So looks like third and short. Give him a half yard.
For the stop for the Braves.
Maybe advance the ball just a little bit closer. Have about the length of the football. Maybe a tad more to the first down. Ball spotted on the 38. Tip of the football on the 39-yard line. So Broncos need to get to the 39.5 for the first down. Here, I formation. It's like Ranke in the backfield. Ranke plunges forward across the 40, gets the first down for the Broncos. So Ranke across the 40 to right around the 43. Looks like the knee went down at the 43-yard line. They gave him 4 yards on the carry for Ranke with a total of 8. 3 carries for Ranke for 8 yards, and a 5-yard penalty for offsides keeps the Broncos moving downfield. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line here in the first quarter. Bottineau leads by a score of 7-0, scoring at the 7:04 mark. We're now at 4:28 as the Broncos chewing some time off the clock on the ground. Haven't seen Bittner even remotely. Looks like he wants to drop back and pass. A little movement on the defensive line. Now Bittner drops back, looks downfield. A lot of pressure by Bottineau. Bittner pulls it down. This is where he's dangerous. Gets across the 48 to the 49-yard line.
Keeper, short gain.
So Bittner getting up a little bit soft. And looks like he may have just a little limp after that tackle. So coming down hard is Bittner. Comes over to the sideline for the play. Give Bittner a gain of 1. Pressure by Bottineau, no receivers open, at least on the first look or first read by Bittner, not able to get to the second level and then has to pull it down. Pressure to the outside, the far side of the field, brought down for a 1-yard gain off the scramble. So ball spotted on the 44-yard line, 3:38 to go. Bittner under center, I formation for the Broncos. Once again. Grayson Lyons, the fullback. That's handoff to Ranke, and now they're just going to key off of Ranke as that's his 4th rushing attempt, drop for a yard. So loss of a yard for Ranke.
Loss of 1 brings it 3rd down and long for the Broncos.
Broncos' first 2 plays after this first down. Lose a yard now. Back to 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10 for Lisbon. Ball spotted on their own 43-yard line. Broncos call a timeout. Coach Moss sees this as a pivotal moment here for his young team. They have the senior quarterback for Lisbon. And also other seniors that have left guard, other seniors out there for Lisbon on that offensive line. We have Brock Lyons, Zach Ward on the offensive line. And they have also Eli Lyons. So Zach Ward, Eli Lyons, and Brock Lyons on the offensive line. Another senior in Zane Lyons at wide receiver. Jordan Bittner, senior quarterback, and then Grayson Lyons, senior running back. Grayson Lyons playing in that fullback position. I'd like to see the fullback position used, but maybe a little bit undersized. Might top out at about 150 pounds, 145, 150 pounds. Soaking wet on a good day there for Grayson Lyons. So maybe something the Broncos will look at beefing up here. Just have to see the results of what goes on in today's game, trying a few things out. A lot of players at different positions, first time playing these positions for Lisbon. 2:57 on the clock in the first quarter. 3rd and 10 for the Broncos. Bittner under center. He has Evan Tui split wide on the right side. Bittner drops back, looks downfield, throws the ball to the sidelines, intended for Tui.
Pass intended for Evan Tui.
Tui not able to get over to it.
4th down for the Broncos.
Yeah, and that brings up 4th down for Lisbon. So Bittner on the pass attempt, incomplete. Lisbon losing a lot of experience off of that wide receiver core last year. You just look at the talent that they had with Lincoln Adair, Seamus Kelly. Two of the big names there, the speedsters for Lisbon, hard workers, both of them, and Seamus Kelly, Lincoln Adair, Elliott Welter. Also the wide receiver, Jake Lyons, had some big games for the Broncos at wide receiver, running the ball for Jake.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, it looks like there's a flag on the play here. At 2:52, Broncos in the punt formation. We'll see what that flag is. May go against the Broncos, so that flag does go against the Broncos. Moves them 5 yards back.
4th and long for the Broncos.
So now 4th and 15. Was 4th and 10, 5-yard penalty. Now 4th and 15. 2:52 here in the first quarter. Your punt formation looks like Sully Kelson once again back. Does the kickoff duty and the punt duties now for Lisbon. We're in the 24 jersey. Got a nice punt off. And drops right around the 25-yard line. It's fielded by Bottineau. Missed tackle. A couple missed tackles by the Lisbon. And Bottineau able to get it back across the 35 to about the 37-yard lines. So that was Landon Solberg on the return. Solberg with 3rd and 4th effort, shaking off some tackles off the initial contact and downfield. Gets to the sideline, turns it up. The ball spotted now at the the 35-yard line.
Braves take over on the 35-yard line.
So right around a 13-yard return for Solberg. As Bottineau takes over, Merriam shotgun formation. Has Campbell in the backfield. Merriam drops back. Has Solberg, and he's had the ball momentarily in and out of his hands.
Pass intended for Solberg falls
for Solberg. Landon Solberg, the senior, drops the pass in and out.
For the Braves.
Kind of like The grease pig there, not able to hold on to it. Even with the gloves on. Still slips out of his hand here for Solberg. So now Merrim, 1 for 4, 10 yards passing or 10 yards through the air. Goes back to the shotgun. Lone setback just off to the right side. Broncos showing blitz here with Lucina. Lucina goes up the middle, handoff. The Broncos put the blitzer in the right hole, just not able to plug that hole up enough, so we do have a gain. Bottineau with about a 2-3 yard, give him a 5-yard gain on that carry. So give Campbell 5 on the carry. Brings up 3rd and 5, ball on the Braves 40-yard line. There's just a slight breeze blowing here at Bronco Field. I'd say right around 15 to 20, probably gusting to 25, 30 at times. And Merrim's going to roll out, has to bootleg out here to the near side, has some running room downfield, cuts it back across on the cutback. He's going to go to the sideline, far sideline, 20, 10. He has one man to beat, and touchdown for Bottineau. So Merrim takes the ball from the 40 into the end zone, so started on their own 40-yard line. Give him a 60-yard touchdown run for Merrim on the bootleg. First time they did that in the opening drive. Ran it for 30 yards. This one he takes it for 60 on the cutback. Nice cutback into the open field to the far sideline. That coming out 1 minute and 32. And the point after by Bottineau. Low snap through the uprights and good. Now for a 14-0 lead for Bottineau.
With 1:32 to go in the first quarter.
Bottineau's up now 14-0 over the Lisbon Broncos at 1 minute 32 remaining in the first quarters. Merrim with the 60-yard touchdown run. So it was 3rd and 5 here on the second drive for Bottineau, but Merrim with the big cutback across the field takes it into the end zone for a 60-yard touchdown run. We'll step away here on yourliveevent.com. Come back after a word from our sponsors.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
All right, welcome back after the touchdown run, 60-yard touchdown run by Merrim. And the point after, we're 14-0. We're at the minute 32 remaining in the first quarter for the Broncos. Cruz Ranke looks like in the backfield, along with Riley Lucina. Ranke's going to let that one go over his head as that was a booming kick. Ball made it into the end zone through the air, as the Broncos will take over at their own 20-yard line. And we will step away for another short timeout here on yourliveevent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working.
The Broncos under center. Now Bittner in the shotgun, has backs to his left end, right side, brings Tui in motion, low snap, looking for Tui on the far sideline. And that's a hard hit. Tui had the ball in his hands, but not long enough as Tui was drilled on the far side. Over there by Wyatt Campbell with the big hit for the defense. Tui still down on the field, as that was just a textbook tackle hard hit on Tui, and Tui is down. As we will step away with a minute 26 remaining. Bottineau leads by a score of 14-0.
Diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Running a business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news.
It just cuts that commercial break short as the Broncos have been too helped off the field. Broncos changed their formation out of the I-back formation after that pass attempt. In and out of Tui's hands. Here's Ranke up the middle. Still has his feet turning. And plunges across the 20 at about the 23. Give him a 23-yard line. So 3-yard gain for Ranke. Here in the first quarter, Ranke has 11 yards. Give him 10 yards. So had a loss. 2 runs of 4, loss of 1, and then a gain of 3 for Ranke. Now under a minute remaining in the first quarter. Broncos 3rd and 7 on their own 24-yard line. Bittner brings the play in. Riley Lucina in the lineup for the Broncos, along with Ranke and Grayson Lyons. And in that fullback position, now Lyons in motion. Bittner's going to roll out strong side here to the near side. Looks downfield and had a man, but working the sideline, there was Grayson Lyons in and out of his hands.
Grayson Lyons falls incomplete.
So Ranke
down for the Broncos.
0 for 3 through the air for Bittner. Lyons, the intended receiver, now 4th and 7 for the Broncos. Punting situation once again. They did have a penalty on their first punt. So Broncos in the first quarter whistled for 3 penalties for 15 yards, 2 defensive and 1 on the punt team, and 1 defensive offside penalty for Bottineau for 5 yards. That was in the first quarter. That punt is a wave by Sully Kelson and a line drive. That's fielded right around the 46-yard line, taking it up the middle, finding some running room. A couple missed tackles by the Broncos. Feet still turning across midfield to the 45 to the 43-yard line. So Lyons getting in on the tackle. Grayson Lyons getting in on the tackle. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 42. A dark-colored football there. Pigskin for Bottineau. As there's now 19 seconds remaining in the first quarter, coming up on the quarter break. 19 seconds remaining. Bottineau up 14-0. Broncos 2 punts on their first 2 drives this season. Merrim, shotgun, bringing the pressure on the outside. Cuts it back up the middle. Nice cutback by Campbell. As the ball is loose on the ground, but able to fall on. Here's Bottineau as the Broncos pop the ball loose on the ground momentarily.
Ball was fumbled and picked up
and
by
then
Solberg.
Picked up. Solberg able to get on top of it.
Rank in the area.
So Solberg
First down and 10 for the Braves.
recovered it for probably bounced about another 3 yards in front of the running back after he dropped it. And that moves the ball down to the Broncos 31-yard line.
14, Lisbon 0.
So that was a first down run. Yes, that is the end of the quarter. We will step away on your11event.com and come back for a second and quarter play after a word from our sponsors.
From the area, your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com, local voices from local radio.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Hey, welcome back. YourLiveEvent.com. As we're now the opposite end of the field with that quarter break. Going into our second quarter, we flip the field. As Bottineau now heading north here at Bronco Stadium. Downfield, their ball at the Bronco 26-yard line. Give Campbell a 16-yard gain on that carry. Nice little cutback by Campbell. Catches the Broncos once again. So 16-yard gain for Campbell brings the ball down to the 26-yard line. We're in the second quarter. Bottineau leads by a score of 14-0. Bottineau scores at the 7:04 mark of the first quarter in the 1:32. Campbell wide open. Lots of running room on that far side. Finds a seam, and he's brought down just short of the goal line.
Campbell the carry, ranking on the stop for the Broncos.
Campbell with some speed and another cutback. Headed for the far sideline. Cut it back across the middle. That ball on the 3-yard line. 13-yard gain for Campbell. Campbell with the 13-yard gain or 13-yard carry. Racking up the yards now in the second quarter. 16-13. 29 yards opening the minutes or opening seconds of the second quarter for Campbell. Another carry for Campbell. Cuts it back up through the hole on the far side. And brought down just short of the goal line. Maybe a gain of 2. So gain of 2 for Campbell. Brings up second down and 1. Ball on the 1-yard line. 11:04 remaining in the second quarter. Once again, Bottineau scoring on their first 2 drives at the 7:04 mark in the first quarter and then at the 1:32 mark of the first quarter. A 1-yard touchdown run by Campbell, and then a 60-yard touchdown run by Merrim. Point after on both were good. Here's Merrim, shotgun formation. Has Campbell just off to the right side. Hand off to Campbell. He's wrapped up by the Broncos, and that's a loss for maybe 2 yards.
Lost the play by Campbell.
Campbell wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Brings up third down.
For the Braves.
Third down, maybe 2 yards to goal. Maybe a loss of 3. Ball's back at the 4-yard line. So 3rd and goal, 4 yards to the end zone. So give him a loss of 3 for Campbell. Broncos trying to hit the big goal line stance in the second quarter. Merrim shotgun formation. Campbell back behind him. Campbell's going to take the bootleg, fakes out everybody. Far side, runs around just short of the goal line. Ball back to the 1-yard line. So Bronco able to collapse on that bootleg.
4th and goal for the Braves.
By Campbell. Brings up 4th and goal once again. Ball on the 1-yard line. So give Merrim on the keeper 2 yards. Loss of 3 on on second down by Campbell. Gain of 2 by Merrim, puts him back down on the 1-yard line. Merrim shotgun formation, has Campbell just behind him. Solberg, Merrim's going to roll back. Oh, and dropped. And incomplete on the 4th down. Once again, a drop pass. So kind of hard luck.
Turnover on downs.
Hard luck for Toby George. Pass intended for George, the senior. Drops it in the end zone. The Broncos will take over deep in their own territory. Ball spotted on their own 1-yard line. Lisbon not having much luck on their first 2 drives, both resulting in punts for Lisbon. Here's Bittner under center. Ball spotted on their own 1-yard line, 1st and 10, 9:17 to go. Man in motion is Tui back in the game. Good to see him in there after that hard hit. On their second drive, handoff looks like to Ranke. Ranke gets out across the goal line, so it gives them a little more breathing room down to about the 4-yard line.
Stop for the Braves. 2nd down for the Broncos.
So it looks like we're on the 4-yard line, just short of the 5. 3-yard gain for Ranke on the carry. Ranke, the freshman running back, featured running back here for Lisbon. Has 13 yards opening up the season this far. Bittner back under center with the young wide receiver core, just inexperienced. Brings the man in motion. That's Lyons, fakes the handoff, bootleg, back around. He's going to get to the outside. Bittner with some running room. Breaks it down, across the 10-yard line. Close to the first down, if not a first down here for. So they spot it just short as he was caught from behind just as he was making the cutback across field. He was reeled in by the Bottineau defense. So brought down just a yard short. Give him 5 yards on the carry for Bittner. Bittner now with 6 in the game. 0 for 3 passing for Bittner. 6 yards on the ground. So Bittner with the bootleg. Keeps it on the quarterback option. Goes under center. 3rd and 1 for the Broncos. That's a handoff to Ranke, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Not sure forward progress, but looks like it didn't even spot him across the line of scrimmage, so it is a loss for the Broncos. As they didn't go power anything on that 3rd and 1. They just gave it to Ranke early without a lead back or anybody helping him out. And he's dropped for a loss of 2 yards. Give him -2 on the 4th and 1. Now the Broncos forced to punt once again. Here's Sully Kelson, the punt downfield. I should say the sophomore here, Sully Kelson, along with Ranke. Not good coverage by the Broncos. Ball's fielded across the 50 at the Bronco 40 to 41-yard line. So the Broncos with the good coverage off the punt. We have a man down on the field here for the Bottineau Braves. As we don't have a number, we'll just step away, take a word from our sponsor. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Proud to celebrate 125 years of service, and they built a legacy of trust and commitment to the local communities. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith can help achieve your goals and grow your business with confidence. Here's Zach Maralt on his experience.
We tried a few different lenders before purchasing our building, and we eventually ended up going to see Wyatt, who I already personally knew anyways. He made the purchasing process easy. We pretty much had an answer that day, pushed all our accounts there, and it's a great experience.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
Hey, welcome back here at LiveEvent.com. As there is a player down on the field here for Bottineau, we'll step away, taking another word from our sponsors. As we're at the 6:53 mark of the second quarter, Bottineau leads by a score of 14-0.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Hey, welcome back to yourliveevent.com. We're in the second quarter, 6:53 on the clock. Bottineau leads the Lisbon Broncos by a score of 14-0. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line. The injured player for Bottineau is number 23, as now he's on his feet. Looks like he'll move off the field under his own power. We'll step away, take a commercial break, come back for more action on yourliveevent.com.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care. Guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
All right, welcome back to yourliveevent.com. As we're back here for our second quarter of play, with 6:53 remaining, Bottineau leads by a score of 14-0. Bottineau scoring on their first drives, and then goal line stance by the Broncos on their third drive. Put Broncos deep in their own territory, starting their third offensive series on their own 1-yard line. Ranke was able to get him out, give him a little breathing room, and then a loss. A couple yards. Broncos forced to punt once again. Bottineau takes over at their 41-yard line, their own 40, or at the Broncos' 41-yard line. There's Merrim with the handoff. Missed tackle by the Broncos. Merrim wide open on the far side, drugged down from behind, almost a horse collar by the Broncos. So Tui with the touchdown-saving tackle. Merrim looked like a 13-yard gain for Merrim on the ground, as he's all kinds of trouble for Lisbon right now. With the cutback once again. Able to cut her back over to the sidelines. 6:31 on the clock here in the second quarter. Looking at our Banknorth scoreboard, Lisbon leads by a score of 14-0. Is Merrim now back under center, in the shotgun formation as Campbell just offset to the right side of Merrim. Campbell's going to keep it bootleg back around. Broncos waiting for it this time, and a big defensive play by the Broncos for a loss. So Riley Lucina coming from the edge, outside linebacker, with the sack by Merrim. So sack for Lucina. The Bronco defense keeping them in the game right now. 2 sacks for the Broncos, and the goal line stance. Here's Bottineau now with a loss of 5 for Merrim. Lucina, the freshman, outside linebacker for the Broncos. Forget that Cruz is a sophomore and all, along with Sully Kelson, both sophomores. And Broncos, nice open field tackle on Merrim. Merrim brings it down, heads upfield, and a nice tackle by the Broncos. Eli Lyons, good to call Eli Lyons' name. Last year, fullback for the Broncos, or running back, had a heck of a season for Lisbon, but Lisbon choosing to put him up on the line this year. As that's a big sacrifice. Team player there for Eli Lyons. Moving from running back to the line to help out his team his senior season. Here's Merrim, drops the snap. Little screenplay. Campbell with the ball. Bronco player down on the field in that scrum in the center of the field. So screen, and finally another completed pass for Merrim. And looks like maybe a 5. Nope. Looks like we're now 4th and 8 for Bottineau after that screen. As they got a couple more yards, I'm sure they'll go for it. They're in Bronco territory at the Broncos' 24-yard line. We do have a player down on the field. We will step away. You're watching yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge-Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullus & Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullus & Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullus & Olson Agency. Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all...
All right, Jesse Jones being helped off the field for the Lisbon Broncos. He goes out on that screen pass. Now 4th and 6. Here's Merrim, looks downfield, has a man. Set up on the near side and complete. Across the 15 down to about the 11-10. Spot him at the 11-yard line. We'll see where the nose of the football goes. 11-yard line, so the ball down to the 11-yard line and a first down for Bottineau. 13 yards reception. Give him 13 on the reception. You have twins on the far side. Merrim in the backfield hands it off to Campbell. Campbell tripped up. Looks like by Lyons. Which one? I'll give you a minute. Brock Lyons. So tripped up by Brock Lyons in the backfield. No gain. Or -1 on the.
Down 11 on the 11-yard line.
Here for Campbell. So Campbell last 2 rushes for -3 and -1. And Merrim looking downfield, has a receiver, and it's caught in the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown,
so that's a touchdown for Bottineau. Landon Solberg. Solberg reaches up with those long arms, hauls it in for a touchdown at the 2:55 mark. So the point after coming up. 11-yard reception for Solberg. And that point after is good for Bottineau. Your score now 21-0 in favor of the Bottineau Braves at 2:55 remaining in our second quarter. Bottineau leads Lisbon by a score of 21-0. Just like to mention, we'll have a little halftime entertainment along with our halftime show with the Lisbon 5th and 6th grade football team, tackle football team starting back up here out here at halftime. Playing a little tackle football to get ready for their season, as that'll be part of our halftime entertainment, part of our halftime show here on YourLiveEvent.com.
All of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland.
All right, welcome back here, LiveEvent.com. Bottineau with the scoring drive, touchdown pass, 11-yard touchdown pass to Solberg. So Merrim to Solberg connection at the 2:55 mark of the second quarter. Point after, good once again, 3 for 3 on the point afters. Our score 21-0 in the second quarter. That's taken by the Broncos up the gut. Riley Lucina across the 30 to the 35.
Lucina brings it out to the 41-yard line where the Broncos will take
So
over.
that is a return by Lucina up to the 35. That's where the Broncos will take over on offense. Their fourth offensive drive for Lisbon. Offensive leaders for the Broncos is we have Ranke for Lisbon. Have him with for 11 yards right now for Ranke rushing. Bittner with 6. No passes caught yet through the air. Tui had one hard hit by Bottineau. Negated that reception. Bittner looks downfield. He's going to throw it to the sidelines. Intended receiver looks like Zane Lyons.
Flag in the play. Pass intended for Zane Lyons.
So Zane Lyons, the intended receiver. Bittner with the rollout. Pressure, it had to get rid of the ball. It's a little bit different feel now for Jordan Bittner this year, the senior quarterback, without that big receiving core from last year, missing the likes of Jacob Lyons, Elliott Welter, Lincoln Adair, Seamus Kelly.
It'll be a 15-yard penalty and a Bronco first down.
Broncos with the different backfield as well. Here with Eli Lyons now moved up to the offensive line. Had a good year last year at the running back, fullback position for Lisbon. Playing the offensive line. Here's Bittner. Shotgun formation has, looks like Lyons here to the near side. That's a handoff up the middle and a gain of maybe 2 yards. Looks like to Lucina. So Lucina with the handoff. Give him 2 yards.
Here's a second down for the Broncos.
Lucina, athletic, fast kid, probably over 200 pounds in the backfield. Grayson Lyons and Lucina in the backfield along with Bittner. Has twins on the far side, brings Tui in motion, looks downfield. Going to step up into the pocket, throws, delivers it to Kelson, coming across the flat.
Pass intended for Kelson, falls incomplete. Brings
On the far side, just out of reach of Kelson. With 1:58 to go, brings up 3rd and 7. Off of that 3-yard carry by Lucina. Give him 3 for that. So 3rd and 7 for the Broncos. Ball on their own 46-yard line. He's been trying to get something going, a little bit positive energy going into halftime on this drive. Bittner now under center. Has the I formation in the backfield with Grayson Lyons. And Lucina drops back, has Lucina on the outside. 2 receivers over there was Kelson and Lucina. Maybe a little mix-up on the pass route.
Pass falls incomplete, brings a 4th down.
So 2 receivers over on that far side for the Broncos. Lucina nice with a nice banana route on the far side. Kelson was coming back towards Lucina for some reason, and pass goes incomplete, brings up 4th down and 7. So Broncos are across midfield. Might be for the first time tonight and in this young season with the Broncos. Brings up 4th and 7, ball on the Bottineau's 46-yard line. As Bittner looks downfield in the grasp and has to just pull it down. And that is a turnover on downs for the Broncos.
On the stop for the Braves. Turnover on downs with Broncos.
So Broncos with the turnover on down. A lot of time left on the clock for Bottineau to really pull away in this first half of play now with 1:45 on the clock, 21-0. Here's Bottineau back on offense. So the sack, quarterback sack going to Bottineau. Here's Merrim under center. As Campbell just off to the right. Merriam looks downfield. That pass is complete. Coming back for it. Right around the Bronco 33-yard line. Nope, I'm going to spot him a little bit closer than that. So they'll say it was incomplete. So I thought it was complete, but he must have trapped it on the ground as he came back for the ball. It was kind of that baseball slide. Feet first into second base and must have trapped the ball. It goes incomplete here for Merriam on the pass attempt. Here's Merriam back. Shotgun formation as Campbell just set off to the right side. Fakes to Campbell. Is going to bootleg it back around. Catches the Broncos here on the near side. Broncos reaching and grabbing for the ball. Finally brought down across the 35 to right around the 31-yard line. Give him a gain of 11 there in the first down for Merriam. On the ground. Minute 20 of the clock ticking. First and 10, ball on the Broncos 29-yard line. So we're here. Merriam, shotgun formation. Campbell just sits straight behind him. Merriam's going to drop back. Delivers a strike and brought down.
Pass complete to George.
Right around the 27-yard line. So George with the completion.
And Grayson Lyons.
Give him a 3-yard completion.
Timeout Braves.
That stops the clock with 47 seconds remaining on the timeout. We'll step away, take a word from our sponsor. We're in the second quarter. Bottineau Braves lead the Lisbon Broncos 21-0 with 47 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Running a business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Welcome back to LiveEvent.com. Bottineau with the timeout. They're on the field first after the timeout with 47 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Looks like Cruz Ranke out of the game for the Broncos, at least indefinitely. Here's Merriam, drops back, looking the receiver. And Merriam just not on the same play as the receiver. Took off up the sideline in a go route. Merriam was looking for him on, it looked like an out. Kind of a 5 and out towards the sideline. Brings up 3rd down and 7. On the incomplete pass from Marin. Let's see if I can find the intended receiver. Don't have it. Looked like it was number 11. Here's Marin now with 43 seconds remaining second quarter. He's back in the shotgun. Has Campbell. Has the lone setback. Twins on the near side. He's going to drop back looking right. Has a man down the middle of the field. Intercepted by the Broncos here with 37 seconds. Broncos with the INT.
Pass intercepted by Zane Lyons.
So the Broncos with the interception. Zane Lyons with the interception. As the Broncos will take over. Big play, defensive play for the Broncos. Their defense coming through once again, stopping another Bottineau drive downfield as they were well across the midfield. Marching down towards the Broncos end zone. Zane Lyon comes up with the interception. Here in the Bank North scoreboard, Bottineau leads by a score 21-0. We'll broadcast to you all season from that Stock Gores Bank broadcast booth. Up here high atop the concession stand. The Broncos hand it off up the middle. A short gain here for Lisbon. Looks like Lucina taking on a load, or the big load here. The freshman running back now. Gain of 4 yards for Lucina. Yes, Ranke out indefinitely for the game. He likely heard it on that drive where the Broncos had the goal line stance, and then they came in deep in their own territory, had a 4th and short, and didn't have anybody lead and block for him, and took a hard hit up as he's just starting to cut up field. And that'll do it here for halftime. As we're getting into our Olson Accounting halftime show, it's 21-0 in favor of the Bottineau Braves here on YourLiveEvent.com. As we'll step away, take a word from our sponsors, and come back for that Olson Accounting halftime show.
News, weather, and sports from your community. Look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Homegrown Local Radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Stock Growers Bank is proud to celebrate 125 years of service, and they built a legacy of trust and commitment to the local communities. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith can help achieve your goals and grow your business with confidence. Here's Zach Maralt on his experience.
We tried a few different lenders before purchasing our building, and we eventually ended up going to see Wyatt, who I already personally knew anyways. He made the purchasing process easy. We pretty much had an answer that day. Pushed all our accounts there, and it's a great experience.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
Welcome back to our Olson Accounting halftime shows. We have our halftime entertainment out on the field. You can take that in. We don't have a cameraman following the action, but try to keep it on the play as much as possible out there at the Olson Accounting halftime show. If you need help with monthly accounting or payroll, let senior and your staff give you a hand. Rely on the friendly team of professionals at Olson Accounting for your tax and accounting needs. Go to colsoncpa.com. This is your Olson Accounting halftime show here on YourLiveEvent.com. As the Broncos down 21-0 in this game to the Bottineau Braves. The Braves out of Region 3, the Lisbon Broncos out of Region 1. And looking at these halftime stats for the Lisbon Broncos, if you're a Broncos fan, not much to cheer about on that offensive side with that goose egg on the board, but your leading rusher for Lisbon as it stands right now is Cruz Ranke with 11 yards rushing. Ranke with 7 rushes in the first half of play for 11 yards. Had 2 for a loss. And then Riley Lucina with 7 yards for Lisbon on the ground, taking over running duties for Ranke, as Ranke out of the game indefinitely. And then Jordan Bittner with 6 yards on the ground. And Bittner through the air is 0 for 4, so the Broncos having a tough time struggling on the offensive side of the ball, opening things up on the defense. If you're a Broncos fan, a little bit better, even though that score is 21-0. The Broncos coming up with a goal line stand on that third drive, or offensive drive by Bottineau, and then an interception after the Broncos turned it over on downs. The closing 2 minutes of this first half with an interception by Zane Lyons, keeping the Broncos in the game this far here at 21-0. So nothing impossible when you're down 21-0 going into halftime. Anything can happen. Broncos with a couple sacks. Also whistled for 3 penalties in that first quarter. So just give that weight to the jitters for the Broncos. 2 defensive offside penalties, and then also a penalty on the punt team for 15 yards is what I have for penalties. And then for the Bottineau Braves, Bottineau on the offensive side of the ball, Merrim with 44 yards passing. Right now I have him 5 for 11 for 44 yards. These are just unofficial stats, kind of spitballing here through the game, so don't take anything that I say as official stats, as I know I missed a couple of the receivers out there with some of these receptions. Campbell on the ground is the leading rusher Merrim on the ground is the leading rusher as well for Bottineau with 117 yards off of 8 carries. And then I have Campbell with 9 carries for 56 yards, and George with 2 carries for 14 yards. And then your receiving core, you have George with 3 receptions for 23 yards and Solberg for 11. So the Bottineau Braves coming out. Receivers, same thing. That first quarter, some jittery hands out there, not able to hold on to the ball, but they've picked that up in the second quarter. Now with some receptions here for a total of 44 yards through the air for Merrim in his receiving core. And then on the ground, Merrim with 117 yards, Campbell with 56, and George with 14. I also whistled for a penalty on the defensive side as Bottineau in the first quarter for 5 yards. And just looking at recapping those scoring drives for Bottineau, their opening drive was a 1-yard touchdown run by Campbell at the 7:04 mark of the first quarter. And then at the 1:32 mark of the first quarter, it was a 60-yard run by Merrim, a nice cutback to the far side of the field, takes it up the sideline for a touchdown. And then in that second quarter, with 2:55 remaining in the second quarter, it was an 11-yard touchdown reception to Solberg, from Merrim to Solberg for Bottineau, and that kind of caps up your scoring here at halftime, as we'll try to get that updated on our scoreboard here. Don't have the automatic scoring, as our scoreboard is outdated up here at the football field to keep up with the technology, the pace of technology. So I'm not sure how long this scoreboard's been here, but been here a number of years. So the broadcaster has to keep stats, keep the scoreboard, and go to commercial and do everything but run the camera right now. So I'm just making excuses. But Bottineau leads now by a score of 21-0 here with the Olson Accounting halftime show. Just an update for Lisbon as Cruz Ranke out of the game indefinitely for Lisbon. As we do have our halftime entertainment out there with the Lisbon 5th and 6th grade football teams out there tearing it up on the field. We're at the 4:06 mark here remaining for halftime, as we'll step away here with the Olson Accounting halftime show and come back after a word from our sponsor.
Farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle. Trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all, from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
All right, welcome back here, liveevent.com, here with our Olson County halftime show. We're broadcasting from the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth all season long here for Lisbon High School fall sports, football and volleyball, girls volleyball, here from our Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. Stock Growers Bank is your small-town bank, a big-time partner with the Stock Growers mobile app. Experience banking at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Bank near so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. That's your Stock Growers Bank broadcasting booth here for Lisbon Bronco football and volleyball. 2:08 remaining here with our Olson Accounting halftime show. Bottineau leads by a score of 21-0. And going back into the schedules for both teams. The Broncos coming off their season last year at 3-4 in the region. They're 5-4 overall. And Bottineau Braves finished third out of Region 2 in the region standings at 5-2. They were 6-4 overall. They dropped a first-round playoff game to Central Cass by a score of 20-48. Broncos season after tonight stays in Lisbon on the 29th, where they'll take on Park River, and they'll hit their first road game on the 5th of September when they travel to Northern Cass. And then Bottineau will have a couple home games. Their first home game is on the 29th of September versus Northern Cass. And then on the 5th of September, they'll play another home game, this one against Minot Bishop Ryan, RV Deemers. So that's just what's ahead for both teams, the Broncos and the Braves. This is the first meeting between these two teams going back at least to 1975. So this is their first meeting here between Bottineau and Lisbon. As Bottineau leads this one, this first meeting between the two teams by a score of 21-0 at halftime. If you didn't hear of their first Division 11A football poll during our pregame, we'll have it here for you as number 1, Velva, receiving 12 first-place votes. They're followed by number 2, Langdon Area Munich. Number 3, Dickinson Trinity. Number 4 is Ellendale Edgeley Calm. And number 5, Bishop Ryan RE Deemers. You have a number of teams receiving votes early in the season. Harvey Wells County, Shiloh Christian, Killdeer, Carrington, Ray Powers Lake, Mayport CG, Central McLean, Thompson, and Oaks. So those are some of your teams in your Division A, top 5 teams and teams receiving votes in Division 11A football. Division 9B, your top 5 teams. We have Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock. Number 3 is North Border. Number 4, Linton HMB. Number 5, Mohall, Lansford, Sherwood. And then other teams receiving votes, you have Grant County, Flasher, Hankinson, West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburg. And area games this evening with the Division 11A, some of your area games. You have Thompson at Mayport CG. Sargent County is at Park River. Harvey Wells County is at EEK. Oaks at Langdon. Valley City at Belvedere Drake Animus. Grafton at Hillsborough Central Valley. And then another Region 1 game tomorrow as Northern Cass will take on or travels to Ray Powers Lake for their opening games. And then 9-man, some of your area team, 9-man teams in action. Lemoore Litchfield Marion's at Hatton Northwood. Hankinson's at Maple River. Winery Lidgerwood's at Enderlin, and South Border is at Richland for their opening games of the season here on the 22nd of August. And just going over some of those regions or different makeup of the regions this year. I'll see if I can find it. As you have a couple teams moving as Bottineau moved from Region 2 to Region 3. So we'll just go over those regions as they currently stand with the teams in them in Division A. As Region 1, we have Ellendale, Edgeley, Calm, Hillsborough, Central Valley, Lisbon, Mayport, CG, Northern Cass, Oaks, Sargent County, and Valley City. And then Region 2, Division 11A is Carrington, Grafton, Harvey Wells County, Langdon area, Munich, Park River area, Rugby, Thompson, and Turtle Mountain. Region 3, Bishop Ryan, our Redeemers, Bottineau, Deslax, Burlington, Ray Powers Lake, South Prairie, Max Stanley, Tioga, and Velva Drake, Animus. And then out of Region 4, we have Beulah, Bowman County, Central McLean, Dickinson Trinity, Hazen High School, Hart River, Killdeer, Shiloh Christian High School, and Southern McLean. Those round out the teams in your 4 region for Division 11A football. As we are in our Olson County halftime show, about a minute away from the start of our second half, we will step away, take another word from our sponsors on yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per row per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
What if we said a bank is...
All right, welcome back here for a second half of play on your11vet.com. Broncos receiving the second half kickoff on the northern end of the field. Have to run the camera just for a few seconds. Sent our cameraman Jack Lucina down for a beverage from the concessions booth. So a kickoff here for the second half. Bottineau leads by a score of 21-0, scoring 2 touchdowns in the first quarter and a touchdown in the second quarter. That kicks away and gets by, looks like Tui. So Tui's going to take it about the 5-yard line, cuts back up the middle to about the about the 16-yard line. So Tui had a little trouble fielding it, bounced on the ground, got away from him, picks it up, hit hard at the 18-yard line. That's where the Broncos take over on offense. Bittner has yet to complete a pass. I don't know if I may have missed one in the first quarter, but I think he has yet to complete a pass this evening. Broncos graduating their receiving core from last year. Had a bunch of new receivers out there. Just have to get that chemistry going here this season for Lisbon. Here's Tui in motion, goes to the far side. Handoff, bootleg for Bittner as he's going to hit the outside. Back around to the 30-yard line. Give Bittner a gain of 12, close to the first down marker. Maybe put him out. So just a yard short. Give him a gain of 12. So Bittner on the run. Nice design play starting out the half for the Lisbon Broncos in the third quarter. Fakes the handoff on the quarterback option, keeps it, runs around the far side. Now on the 27-yard line. I guess give him a gain of 9 on that one for Bittner. Bittner drops back. It looks like he's wrapped up here for Lucina on the handoff. Lucina no yards, as it still maybe lost a half a yard. So third and a long one, maybe 2. Looks like lost a yard for Lucina.
Third down for the Broncos.
Lucina on the carry. Moves that ball back to the 26-yard line on the Broncos work in the middle of the field. I formation, Lions leads up the middle. Looks like a keeper for Bittner. As Bittner's pushed back across, close to the line of gain for Lisbon. And it is a first down for Bittner.
Has enough yardage for Broncos.
Give him 2 yards for Bittner. He keeps the drive alive for Lisbon. So Bittner opening things up now has 11 yards in the second half, 17 overall. Now the leading rusher for the Broncos with Ranke out indefinitely for Lisbon. Lucina was 6 yards, opened the half up with a negative 1 yard rush. Broncos first and 10, 32-yard line. Bittner drops back, has a man. Tui in and out of his hands as Campbell is just coming across. Ball in and out of the hands of Tui. Incomplete pass for Bittner. Bittner still in the hunt for his first completion of the season. Tui's had a couple in the breadbasket. First one he was hit hard and the ball was knocked free. This one was just in and out. 10:34 remaining in the third quarter. Broncos down 21-0. Second and 10. Ball on the 32-yard line, or their own. I should say that their own 32-yard line. Bittner picking up the first down on his feet on a 3rd and 2. Puts a man in motion. Handoff to Lucina up the middle. Lucina clomps down on it. A couple hard yards up the middle for. Give him a yard gain. So give him 3rd and 9. So 1 yard. Lucina gets a yard back in the half. Now with 7 yards rushing, has a 3rd and 9, ball on the 33-yard line for Lisbon. You got to take off that Olson Accounting feature up there for everybody, so we're not blocking the screen. And Bittner's going to drop back, looks downfield, has a man, fires it, in and out, another pass. A good attempt.
Pass broken up by Solberg, intended for Lions.
Zane Lyons went up for it, had it in his hands, but good defense by Solberg. Brings up a 4th and 9. The Broncos, number of receivers last year also on that state championship baseball team they had. Coming off of that into their 2024 season, had a bunch of good hands receiving in that receiver core. You're missing that just a little bit this evening. That's a high snap over Kelson's head. Kelson's just going to have to fall on it. That was from Ward to Kelson. And that'll put the Broncos in a tough spot. Bottineau will take over deep in the Broncos territory. Right around the 15-yard line as Sully Kelson just forced to fall on that ball.
14-yard line.
So it looks like it's on the 14-yard line is where Bottineau takes over. So the Broncos' opening drive is a botched snap with 9:44 remaining. Bottineau takes over. Here's Merrim, hands it off up the middle, and Broncos with the stiff defense.
Campbell on the carry.
Gives it to Campbell. Campbell gets maybe 2 yards. So give him a short 2 on Campbell for the rush. Looks like they gave him a yard up in the booth.
Second down and long for
A little stingy up there. I'll give him 2 yards. Here for Campbell. Let's open things up with a 2-yard carry. Ball now on the 13-yard line. I'll say the 12. The Merrim in the shotgun has Campbell set back behind him. Twins on the near side. They went for a touchdown with that formation last time down here. Merrim's going to keep it. Tries to bootleg around the backside. Ball on the ground, but he's whistled down. Campbell able to recover it. Broncos wrap up another big defensive play. The speed of the Broncos defense, able to catch Merrim before he cuts it back. Merrim getting up a little bit gingerly, now limping back into the huddle. A hard tackle by the Broncos with the loss on that play. Now 3rd and 12. Looks like the ball on about the 15-yard line. So Merrim back to pass, going to look left, has his big receivers, pocket collapses, Merrim's forced to run to the far side, has an open lane, in the touchdown for Merrim off the scramble. The pocket collapsed, the Broncos just not able to bring him down. Merrim able to squirt through on the right side, and a little slippery over there, and catches the outside, turns it upfield for a touchdown. So give him a 14-yard touchdown run for Merrim. Had 117 I had him for in that first quarter. A big run, 60-yard run in the first half. In the first quarter, he had a big 60-yard run and a 30-yard run. Opening it up in the first quarter, leading to a couple of touchdowns. And the point after, at the 8:03 mark of our second quarter, or of our third quarter, PAT is good. Now 28-0.
With 8:03 to go on the third quarter.
In favor of the Bottineau Braves, as we'll step away, take another word from our sponsors on yourliveevent.com.
Lockup money. It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Hey, welcome back. YourLiveEvent.com. Bottineau set to kick it off to Lisbon by the 8:03 mark of our third quarter. The wind blows the ball off the tee. Looks like a new kicker out there, number 83. Kicking for Bottineau. A line drive kick, fielded. And looks like by Tui up the middle. He's wrapped up across the 30 or about the 33-yard line as he falls forward. See where they spot the ball. Looks like around the 33-yard line of the Broncos. 7:55, Broncos take over. 1st and 10 at the 34. So taking over at their own 34-yard line. As Bittner under center has I formation. Lucina in the backfield. Bittner's going to take the bootleg. Now that's Tui. So Tui takes it around the backside.
Tui in the carry. Stopped by Pregame Bull. Second down and 4 for
Tui with the carry for 6 for Lisbon. Broncos getting another player in action here now with Tui. With 6-yard rush for Lisbon. Ball now spotted at the Bronco 40-yard line. Looks like Zane Lyons here split wide. And false start. Likely on the Broncos. Had movement on the right side. So Broncos with a false start. Move the chains backwards, go in the wrong direction again for the Broncos.
Second down and 9.
It is their first penalty of the second half. Now whistled for 20 yards, all of them 5-yard penalties, offsides, and a false start. So 4 penalties for 20 yards for Lisbon. Brings up 2nd and 9 after that nice run by Tui for 6. Still in the third quarter, 6:44. Bittner under center, has Lucina alone back. Bittner's going to roll out, has Kelson to the sideline. Kelson's going to come back, and that pass is tipped by Campbell. Campbell gets his hands on it. Kelson ran a nice route. Downfield, cut it over to the sideline. Ball floated up just a little bit. Campbell able to get a hand on it, knocks it away, brings up 3rd and 9 for the Lisbon Broncos. Ball spotted on their own 40-yard line, 28-0, 28-0 in favor of the Bottineau Braves as Merriam takes a 14-yard touchdown run at the 8:03 mark of the third quarter. Bottineau scoring 2 touchdowns in the first, another one in the second, all point afters. 4 of them now for the 28 points. Bittner looks downfield, has to pull it down. Now he's going to fire it. Has Kelson. Kelson, in his hands. He started running before he tucked the ball away. As Kelson was wide open.
4th down for the Broncos.
Ball hits his hands. He just forgot to tuck it away before he started running. Turned downfield. Not able to secure the ball or didn't secure the ball. And that'll kill the drive for the Broncos. Now 4th and 9. As Kelson set to punt, their last punt attempt went over Kelson's head by a long ways, had to fall on it. That resulted in a touchdown for Bottineau. Kelson back again to punt, 6:27 remaining in the third quarter. So Kelson gets the punt away. It's high, angling to the middle of the field. That's taken by the Bottineau Braves at about the 35, brought down at the 40 with the hard tackle by Eli Lyons.
Eli Lyons with the Broncos. Braves take over on the 40-yard line.
Eli Lyons with the solo tackle. Nice open field tackle on the return. Gain or return of 5 yards for Bottineau. They'll take over on their own 40-yard line. Looks like they still have in some of their starters, just trying to see who's in the backfield. Not sure if don't think that's Campbell back there anymore. Broncos bringing pressure. That's Lucina. The handoff, that is, maybe it's Campbell. Still can't see the number. No, that's number 32 now. So number 32 in the backfield doing the running duties. Campbell taking a breather. He has 1 touchdown run. Merrim with 2 TD runs, and Solberg with a touchdown reception for Bottineau on the offensive side. So here's Merrim in the shotgun, has running back just set behind him about 2 yards. 5:36 remaining. Clock is ticking. There's Lucina again with the pressure. Merrim's going to cut it back out. Trailed by Lyons. Lyons drags him down just as he is trying to turn the corner. So the defense brings up 3rd and long. Brings up 3rd and maybe a gain of 1. So brings up 3rd and 6. Give him a gain of 1 for Merrim. So 3rd and 6, ball on the 44-yard line. Merrim in the shotgun, looks downfield, has a man on the sideline, and in and out of the hands of Solberg. So incomplete pass brings up 4th down. See if the Braves bring out the punt team. They haven't had to do it yet this evening. So it could be the first punt for the Bottineau Braves here on 4th down. 4th and 6, ball on their own 44-yard line. In the 3rd quarter, 4:48 remaining. The clock is stopped. Here's Bottineau with the punt. Standing at his own 33, steps up, delivers it. That ball is going to hang up there. Hits at about the 35, rolls, and then picked up by the Bottineau Braves at about the 32-yard line. So Broncos look like they'll take over at their own 35. They're going to spot it at the 35-yard line. So Broncos take over at their own 35-yard line. We'll step away for 30 seconds on YourLiveEvent.com. All right, welcome back. YourLiveEvent.com. 4:40 remaining in our 3rd quarter. Score is 28-0. And that's a handoff to Lucina. Lucina's going to find a seam on the far side. Keeps the ball. Good protection. Good running there by Lucina, the freshman. As he powers through for the 1st down on that right side. Give him a gain of 12 for Lucina. Ball now spotted on the 47. Give Lucina 19 in the game on the ground. The Broncos approaching midfield. Been across it once tonight. Ball on their own 47. Bittner under center. Puts Tui in motion here to the near side. Tui sets up just off the line. Bittner's going to drop back. Has Kelson in the flats. This time he catches it, reels it in, delivers a hit, and brought down across the 50, right around to the Bottineau 48-yard line.
Gain of 5 in the play. 2nd down for the Broncos.
So 5-yard reception. Bittner with his first completion. Here to Kelson. for 5 yards. Let's find something positive in the offense. Here they got a freshman running back with the big run on this drive in the third quarter, and now a completion to Kelson for 5 yards. The sophomore working the tight end position. 2E in motion. That's keeper by Bittner. Bittner patiently running, finds a little seam up the middle. And it steps and tiptoes his way through to a gain. Maybe 2 yards. Ball spotted now at the 5-yard line, so 3rd and 5. For Bittner and the Broncos. Give him 2 yards on that. Or excuse me, it's 3rd and 2. Gave him 3 yards. So 3rd and 2, gain of 3. It was a 5-yard reception to Kelson. Broncos in 4-down territory as they're across midfield, and that's given to Lucina, but he's met right away at the line and dropped for a loss. Maybe no gain. Yes, that was a hard hit for the freshman tailback, or delivered to the freshman tailback. As Riley progresses, gets a little more comfortable in that running back position now that he has Ranky out of the game. He can try to open it up a little bit. He's playing a little bit tight now to that position. He's in the backfield. Bittner under center. It looks like 4th and 1. The Broncos go for it. Big 4th down for Lisbon, and Bittner with the surge, and he's across close to the first down. And the Broncos signal first down. And there's another player down on the field for Lisbon. And that's Bittner. That's not looking good for Lisbon. With Bittner down on the field, we're going to step away for a word from our sponsors on yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per roll per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do?
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per roll per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
We're back to Bronco Stadium. The minute 36 clock is running. Jordan Bittner helped off the field. Looks like they're taking a little bit of attention to his right knee and ankle. As now Tui's in under center. Bittner picks up the first down on the sneak. There's Lucina again. Lucina bowling his way across down the middle. Cuts it out here to the right side. Gets a couple yards. Is maybe give him 4 yards. Close to 5, so a long 4. They give him 5 in the booth, so that's what we're going to give him. And now a final 40 seconds of the third quarter, ticking off the clock. Clock is running after that 5-yard run by Lucina. Here's Tui under center. And that ball is dropped as the up back. Looked like Lions maybe hit it out of the hands of Tui as he was turning to hand it off to Lucina. Lions came across, maybe knocked the ball out. Is not sure the Broncos will get a playoff or take a play here as they'll go into the quarter break. Final 10 seconds ticking off the clock. As Bottineau leaves Lisbon by a score of 28-0 here on that Bank North scoreboard. Heading into the fourth quarter, Bottineau 28, Lisbon 0.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per row per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Welcome back here, liveevent.com. Going into our fourth quarter. Bottineau leads by a score of 28-0 on your Bank North scoreboard. Bank North has been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what values-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank today. That's Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. It's Bank North scoreboard sponsor for our fall sports here at Lisbon High School on yourliveevent.com for Broncos football and girls volleyball. Is Tui under center. Bittner still a little bit ginger walking on the sideline, but he is up moving around. Tui with the bootleg back around, just not able to hit the hole. A little hesitant coming around the backside. Brings up fourth down, maybe a half-yard gain on that for Tui. Just didn't look like he had a lot of confidence for the young quarterback coming around off of the bootleg. So here we have for Lisbon. Fourth down and 4. They're going for it again. Once again on fourth down. They converted the last time around with that 1-yard run by Jordan Bittner, where he went out with an injury. Here's Tui. He's going to pitch out to Lucina. Lucina's going to cut it back upfield. He's met, keeps those feet turning, still running. Cross to the 35-yard line, but he is well short of the first down. About 3 yards short.
Turnover on downs, Braves will take over.
Give him a 2-yard gain for Lucina. He has a turnover on downs with 11:04 remaining in the fourth quarter. Bottineau with the game well in hand, 28-0. Picking up 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and then no touchdowns in the second and the third. All 4 point afters are good for Bottineau. Have a good looking place kicker. Plenty of leg and distance there for Bottineau on the point afters. They lead 28-0. There's Lucina showing pressure, and he just missed it. He kind of overran that on the pressure. As the Bottineau running back able to get by Lucina on the blitz, and that brings up a 5-yard gain, and so 2nd and 5. So number 23 again with the carry for the 5-yard gain. He has 9 in the game so far coming in this end of the third quarter. Now the fourth quarter doing the running, taking over duties for Campbell. Merrim still under center. Broncos bring pressure to the outside. Inside, big hole. As now up the middle across the 50-yard line to about the Bronco 49.
Carry for the Braves. 100 yards for a Braves first down.
11-yard carry. Tried to get you the running back there for Bottineau wearing the 23 jersey. But now across midfield for Bottineau. Ball spotted at the Broncos 49-yard line. 9:58 remaining. Here's Merrim. Has twins on the both sides. Draws Lisbon offsides. I didn't see any movement on the offensive side. So it looks like Lisbon with another defensive penalty. Another 5-yard penalty. That's 5 in the game for Lisbon for 25 yards. 3 on the defense, 1 on the offense, and 1 on that punting squad for the Broncos. Now 9:26. Clock continues to run. Brings pressure up in the middle again by the Broncos. Big hole up the middle. Big gain. Another 6-yard gain.
Sully Kelson will stop. Enough yardage for Braves first down.
Brings up a Bottineau Brave first down. Marching down the field. Keeping it on the ground. Merrim still under center with 9:08 remaining. Seen a couple of Broncos going down with injuries in this opening game here against Bottineau. Wasn't able to see if Bittner's back out there on defense. Don't see him on the sidelines, so I take that as a good sign. There's handoff up the middle, wrapped up and thrown around, tossed down. Looks like by Eli Lyons.
Kelson and Lyons on the stop.
So Sully Kelson, Eli Lyons teaming up for that tackle, but not after
Second down
a
for the Braves.
4-yard gain. So one thing I did for some nerd stats today as I looked at the enrollments for the schools kind of here in Division A. Just seeing the size or the number of male students, kind of how they determine where these teams end up in between divisions. Lisbon on the board for 99 male students in the high school. That run back up the middle, small gain, maybe 2 yards. So that'll bring up third down.
For the Broncos, Peterson on the run brings up third down for the Braves.
Give him 1 yard on the carry. So Bottineau on the board for 120. And then looking at the rest of the region, so EEK has 103, Hillsborough Central Valley 107, Northern Cass 97, Oaks with 90, Sargent County 88, Mayport CG 94. And then Valley City has 207. Those are just male student enrollments for 9 through 12. That's a stop. A loss on the play, a big third down play for Lisbon. It drops them for a 6-yard loss. So brings up 4th and 10. Bottineau on the Bank North scoreboard up 28-0. And here's the punt, and that's partially blocked, goes up. Hits at about the 30-yard line, takes a roll down to the Braves' 23-yard line. So somebody from Lisbon on the Bronco side had a hand on it, partial block. So Broncos just trying to find the positive here of their defense. Their strength at the moment, their first game of the season. The block, punt, and interception have them down for 3 quarterback sacks. The only thing, one of the things holding up the defense right now are penalties on the offsides. So let's see. Looks like Tui's back out there under center. Bittner with his helmet off on the sideline. He's going to hand it off to Lucina. Lucina's going to drag a couple people up the middle and then brought down for a short gain. Got across the 25. Give him a 1-yard gain. Across the 25, close to the 26. We'll give him 1 on the carry for Riley Lucina. So I have Riley's brother, Jack Lucina, as our cameraman this evening. Taking over duties. Riley's been our cameraman the past couple years for football. Now out there as a freshman running the ball down the field. So down to 5:45 in the fourth quarter. And we will have a timeout, 2nd and 8. Broncos with the timeout. Here with 5:43 remaining in the fourth quarter. They're down 28-0 to the Bottineau Braves on YourLiveEvent.com. We will return afterward from our sponsors.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullison Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency.
All right, just like to remind everybody, broadcasting to you all season long from our Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. Stock Growers Bank, your small-town bank, big-time partner with the Stock Growers mobile app. Experience banking at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Bank near so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. This is our Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. Here with 5:42 remaining on the Bank North scoreboard, 28-0 for Bottineau, and a run up the middle and a big push by the Bronco line as they got Lucina close to first down yardage. Let's see where they spot the ball. About a yard short. Brings up 3rd and 1 for Lisbon. Give Lucina 6 yards on the carry. Big push by the Bronco line. Brings up a 3rd and 1. Ball on the Bronco 33-yard line. 5:02 remains in the fourth quarter. Broncos down 28-0. Broncos have them down across midfield twice in this game. There's a handoff by Tui. Looks like another run up the middle. We got a first down for the Broncos.
Lucina, the ball carrier.
Little misdirection on that play.
First down.
It is the Broncos' first down. Let's see if it's Lucina gets up out of the pile. A freshman putting in the work for Lisbon. Give Lucina 5 on that carry. So ball now on the third, give him 4. Ball now on the 37-yard line of the Broncos. 4:23 remaining. This is a little misdirection. Coming around, finding the edge. Cross the 50, finding the sideline. Is going to try to cut it back upfield. And a big gain for Lisbon.
The carry by the Broncos. Has plenty of yardage for Broncos.
And the Broncos with the first down. So they go from their own 37 downfield on the end around. Bring the far side wide out. Back across the field. Finds a seam down the sideline. Goes from the 37, their own 37 down to Bottineau 33. Give him a gain of 30 on that. Here's Tui with the keeper. Has a seam down the far side. He's going to go across the 20, 10, and brought down at the 5-yard line.
Evan Tui, the keeper for the Broncos. That's
So
yardage for Broncos. First
30.
down.
So Broncos trying to punch it into the end zone here in the fourth quarter with 3:32. Clock still running. Tui with the big run. Not sure where they spotted him at. Maybe about the 6-yard line. The ball is on the 6. Give him a gain of 23. So 23 for Tui. And a big run up the middle, maybe a gain of 3 yards.
Lacina the carry.
So Lacina with the carry up the gut. Finds a couple yards, so brings up second goal.
Second and goal.
Ball on the 3-yard line. Or excuse me, ball on the 6-yard line. Nope, ball on the 3, sorry. So ball on the 3-yard line. Second goal for Lisbon. Off of that run by Lacina. Give him 3 yards on the carry for Lacina. Here's Tui, finds Lacina on the far side. Little bit of a hole. Lacina keeps the leg, turn and falls forward. It's probably around 6'2", 6'3" frame for Lacina.
Play, third and goal for the Broncos.
So he can stretch a couple yards. Just falling forward for Lisbon. It's like a small gain. 2:05 remaining. Now third down and goal. 3 yards to go for Lisbon. So third and goal, 3 yards to go for Lisbon. 1:56 remaining in the fourth quarter. Clock continues to run. Lone receiver on the far side. Lacina in the backfield. Looks like Kelson in the fullback position. That's a keeper by Tui and a touchdown for Lisbon. So Tui coming in off the, shouldn't say off the bench, but having to take over quarterback duties. Moves from a receiver position to quarterback after Bittner goes down. Punches it in on the 3-yard touchdown run for Tui. So Tui for the Broncos puts the Broncos on the board with the 3-yard touchdown run at 1:39. 1:39 in the fourth quarter. That's another handoff. Cutting it back up. Finding a little bit of room, but turned back just at the last minute. And the PAT, no good, or the 2-point conversion, no good for the Broncos. That score now 6-0, or excuse me, 28-6 in favor of the Bottineau Braves, but the Broncos take the goose egg off the scoreboard off the 3-yard touchdown run at the 1:39 mark of our fourth quarter. Now a 28-6 lead for Bottineau. On YourLiveEvent.com. We'll step away, take another word from our sponsors.
Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
Hey, back here, YourLiveEvent.com. Yeah, it's a minute 39 remained in the fourth quarter. Sully Kelson set to kick it out for the Broncos. Broncos scoring on a 3-yard touchdown run by Evan Tui. Tui coming in for the injured Jordan Bittner. Bittner up and walking around on the sideline. Tui staying in the game for him. Comes through with the touchdown. Puts the Broncos on the board. That ball fouling at the 25-yard line and down by Bottineau. Bottineau takes over. It's like Solberg with the return and just downs it, takes a knee. With 1:37 remaining, ball on the 34-yard line here in the fourth quarter. The Broncos looking for the bright spot. Defense giving up some yards on the ground, but coming up with some big plays in the game with a goal line stance, an interception, and then a block punt. Also with a number of quarterback sacks. And that ball just down once again, so it looks like we're just going to play out the clock here with the minute 30 remaining. Bottineau happy with the 28-6 score. JV not going to take any reps.
Next action for the Broncos is on Thursday, August 28th.
And that looks like it's going to do it. As far as action on the field, we will keep it right here. And we will have our post-game show with our Agassiz Ag Precision Play of the Game and our Enbridge Energy Players of the Game. I'd just like to thank our feature sponsors once again for bringing you these high school sports, Lisbon Bronco high school sports for the fall season with football and girls volleyball. I'd like to thank Bank North, Olson Accounting, Stock Growers Bank, Agassiz Precision Ag, and Enbridge Energy for sponsoring or being feature sponsors for our Your Live event broadcast down here in Lisbon, North Dakota, covering Broncos football and girls volleyball during the 2025 fall season. I'd also like to thank all of our ad sponsors. As that wraps it up, in the Bottineau Braves down the Lisbon Broncos by a score of 28-6. And we will step away as time expires, hear from our sponsors, and then come back for a post-game show on yourliveevent.com.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care. Guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Running a business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the R&J Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the R&J Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the R&J Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Hey, welcome back here, liveevent.com. As we're here for our post-game show from Lisbon, North Dakota. The Bottineau Braves defeat the Lisbon Broncos by a score of 28-6. Go ahead and recap our scoring. It was all Bottineau for your first 3 quarters of play, as Bottineau in that first quarter with a 1-yard touchdown run by Campbell at the 7:04 mark. They came back again at the 1:32 mark in the first quarter with Merrim scampering for 60 yards. A nice cutback down to the far sideline for that 60-yard touchdown run. That was at 1:32 in the first quarter. And then they score again in the second quarter. It was an 11-yard touchdown pass from Merrim to Solberg at the 2:55 mark of the second quarter. And all point afters were good. It was a 21-0 lead going into halftime for Bottineau. And then Bottineau in this third quarter at the 8:03 mark was a 14-yard touchdown run by Merrim. And the point after good once again is Bottineau racked up their 28 points in 3 quarters, and they just kind of idled down in that second half of play as everything was on the ground. Maybe one pass, looks like one pass completed or in the air for Merrim for 1 yard for Bottineau. And then Lisbon in the fourth quarter to round out our scoring, as it was an Evan Toohey 3-yard run around the right side. At the 1:39 mark of the fourth quarter, the 2-point conversion is no good. And the Bottineau Braves defeat the Lisbon Broncos. The Region 3 Bottineau Braves defeat the Region 1 Lisbon Broncos by a score of 28-6. That is your final score. As Coach Moss and the Lisbon coaches over there discussing the game and getting ready for next week, as they will face Park River. Park River traveling down here for another home game here with Lisbon on the 29th. As we will now turn to our game stats. These are just unofficial game stats here, spitballing by myself, Brent Dick, as I have Merrim through the air with 13 pass attempts and 6 completions. So 6 of 13 for 45 yards. And then on the ground, rushing, I have Campbell for 56 yards. He was, for the most part, idle in the second half, had 56 in that first half, and just have him for 2 yards in the second half for a total of 58 yards on the ground for Campbell. Merrim, 117 yards in the first half of play. He finished the game with 131, had a big 14-yard run. George on the ground with 14 yards in the first half, and he'll finish the game with 14. Then they had number 23 in that second half taking over the running duties for Campbell with 24 yards. And then receiving, I have George with 3 receptions for 23 yards and Solberg a reception for 11 yards. Like I said, these are just unofficial stats. And then penalties on the game. I do have Bottineau playing a great game, at least on the penalties. One whistled for 1 penalty for 5 yards, and that was an offsides by the defense. So they scored their offensive machine with 4 touchdowns this evening, 3 on the ground, 1 through the air, and all 4 point afters were good. And for the Lisbon Broncos, Jordan Bittner through the air with 7 pass attempts. He went 1 for 7 unofficially for 5 yards, and that was to Sully Kelson. Bittner had a couple times had his receivers, balls in the hands of receivers. They just could not hang on to it. Little first game jitters for some of these young receivers, but Sully Kelson finally able to haul one in for Bittner, getting him on the board with that first pass reception of the season. So Bittner going 5 of 6 for 5 yards through the air. Tui comes in for Bittner in the fourth quarter as Jordan Bittner went down with an injury, or I should say in the third quarter. Bittner goes down with an injury. Tui comes in for him, takes over duties. So Tui on the ground rushing had 32 yards. Riley Lucina picking up running duties for Ranke, as Ranke went down in the first quarter with an injury. Lucina finishes with 43 yards. Cruz Ranke on the ground in the first quarter had 11 yards rushing. And then Jordan Bittner with 20 yards rushing. And I had number 10 for the Broncos with 30 yards on the ground. Now that's just unofficial stats. And Sully Kelson through the air with that 5-yard reception. 3-yard touchdown run for Evan Toohey at the 139 mark. Gives the Broncos their first touchdown of the season. A big bright spot for the Broncos is their defense. You could say, well, they scored 28 points, but they had a number of stops or plays for the Broncos. Just kind of highlight some of those. As Lisbon had counted them for 3 quarterback sacks, a couple of them by Riley Lucina, another one by Eli Lyons. They had a block punt in the fourth quarter and an interception by Zane Lyons in the third quarter. The defense gave up the 28 points but had some positive outcomes on a couple of those drives with the goal line stance and then an interception and a block punt for the Broncos. And then looking at some of the injuries for Lisbon that I saw just coming out of this first game of the season. You don't like to see that, as we had Jones down with an injury for Lisbon. Ranke goes down with an injury, and Bittner. Those are just the ones that I saw or took notes of. So Lisbon starting out with the injury bug already. Hopefully these players will be able to get healthy and get back in here into the lineup, as Broncos trying to find a little bit of chemistry on the offensive side. Defense coming around for Lisbon in this first game. Still a long ways to go for Lisbon, as they will host Park River next week. And then they get into the Region 1 play. Their first game against the Region 1 opponent is at Northern Cass. And then they come back and face Valley City on the 12th. So Lisbon will host Valley City at home. Lisbon defeated Valley City last year at home. Looks like they get to take them on again, this time on the 12th of September. And then they continue their Region 1 schedule at Oaks on the 19th of September. 26th of September, they're home against EEK. They travel to Mayport CG on the 3rd of October. The 10th of October, they host Hillsborough Central Valley, then take on that big Sargent County rivalry. That'll be played either in Milner or Gwinnett on the 16th of September. And Division 11B playoffs start on the 25th of October. So this wraps up this part of your post-game show. We'll come back with our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and our Agassi Egg Precision Play of the Game. That's just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
Stock Growers Bank is proud to celebrate 125 years of service, and they built a legacy of trust and commitment to the local communities. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith can help achieve your goals and grow your business with confidence. Here's Zach Maralt on his experience.
We tried a few different lenders before purchasing our building, and we eventually ended up going to see Wyatt, who I already personally knew anyways. He made the purchasing process easy. We pretty much had an answer that day, pushed all our accounts there, and it's a great experience.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
Hey, welcome back. YourLiveEvent.com. Our final score this evening: Bottineau Braves over the Lisbon Broncos by a score of 28-6. The home opener for Lisbon. An open game of the season for the Bottineau Braves. As Bottineau starts out the season 1-0, the Broncos go to 0-1. Broncos back here at home against Park River on the 29th. That should be a 7 p.m. start for Lisbon on the 29th, but I'll have to double check that for you. And now we have our Agassi Egg Precision Play of the Game, your local precision planning dealer, Agassi Precision Egg in Hillsborough. Call 701-436-2119 or visit plannerdoc.com. And our Agassi Egg Precision Play of the Game, that one is going out to Emerson Merrim. Emerson Merrim, the junior quarterback for Bottineau, with that Agassiz Ag precision play of the game in that first quarter with the 60-yard touchdown run. Merrim starting in the middle of the field. Nice cutback, hits the far side, down the sideline for the touchdown. And that put the Bottineau Braves up by a score after the point after, 14-0 in the first quarter. Broncos were on their heels after that, not able to really gain any traction in the first 3 quarters of play. The defense kind of kept them in the game, but that is your Agassiz Ag precision play of the game going out to Emerson Merrim. Wearing the number 4 jersey, the junior quarterback for the Bottineau Braves, and our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Enbridge Energy player of the game. Life takes energy from Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. And I'm going to kind of change this one up a little bit. I'm going to go with Evan Toohey coming in for the injured Jordan Bittner, the young quarterback for the Lisbon Broncos. Coming in, scores a touchdown in the closing minutes of the fourth quarter. Gets the Broncos on the board, takes the goose egg off for Lisbon. And that is Evan Toohey is going to be your Enbridge Energy player of the game. Coming in a difficult situation. Just seemed to settle in on that second drive he was in on offense. And got the Broncos across the goal line. So Enbridge Energy player of the game. Coming in the backup quarterback for Lisbon is Evan Toohey for the Lisbon Broncos. And then for the Bottineau Braves Enbridge Energy player of the game, you got to go with Emerson Merrim once again. Merrim doing it on the ground for 117 yards. Also with 2 rushing touchdowns for the Enbridge Energy player of the game. So dual Enbridge Energy players of the games with Evan Toohey for Lisbon Broncos and Emerson Merrim for the Bottineau Braves. And that'll do it from Bronco Stadium. This is your first broadcast of the season for the 2025 Lisbon High School football season. Broadcasting to you live from Bronco Stadium in Lisbon, North Dakota. This is Brent Dick. I had my cameraman tonight, Jack Lucina. Looks like he's with us all season as our cameraman. We'd just like to thank our sponsors, our feature sponsors, and our ad sponsors for bringing you Lisbon High School athletics on yourliveevent.com. So we will see everyone here next week as the Lisbon Broncos take on Park River. Right now, looking at a 7 p.m. kickoff for that game live from Bronco Stadium.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customers satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.